Using her hands. Her prosthetics.
Take me out.
Look at me. That air bends light the same way.
I held my breath too long. I started turning red. Alright, man. We are back with one of the wildest channels on YouTube, honestly. I don't know if all this information is true. I don't know if it's false. I don't know where he gets this stuff. We're gonna learn today. We're gonna learn some things today with Zack D Films. Let's get it.
Bite the top off to expose the sticky inside.
Okay.
Then press a piece of chocolate on.
A new s'more hack you have to try. My thing is, with Zack D Films, he can either tell you the craziest way somebody died, the craziest invention ever and how it works, or just like, you know, some s'mores. You never know what you're getting with Zack.
Onto that spot so it stays attached instead of sliding off. Now roast the marshmallow with the chocolate. As you turn the stick, the sticky marshmallow holds the chocolate in place and melts directly onto the marshmallow. While it cooks, heat the graham crackers near the fire.
He taught me how to commit tax fraud once. Hey, link me that one.
Then press the marshmallow between the warm crackers before pulling.
So warm skulls, got it.
The stick out, giving you a perfectly melted s'more.
Tight shit.
If you open the windows during a hurricane, would the wind just blow through your house instead of knocking it over?
That doesn't seem logical.
Well, this would only work if your house was just one big room and the wind could pass through. But most houses have hallways and multiple rooms.
Yeah, so that wouldn't work.
Debris would just fly in, while the wind makes the air pressure inside build up, which would still destroy your house.
Oh, well, chat, what did we learn? Don't open your windows during a hurricane because your house gonna explode anyway. Yes.
Cup your hands into 2 C shapes as you take a breath. Then press your thumbs back towards your ears and place your fingers along your brow, creating a seal to keep the air from escaping. Then tilt your head down and push air through your nose. This will create an air bubble that gets trapped inside the hand cups. And that air bends light the same way it does above water.
I held my breath too long. I started turning red. You gotta explain these faster, man.
Shapes as you take a breath. Then press your thumbs back towards your ears and place your fingers along your brow, creating a seal to keep the
It didn't work. I'm in heaven.
air from escaping. Then tilt your head down and push air through your nose. This will create an air bubble that gets trapped inside the hand cups. And that air bends light the same way it does above water, so your eyes can focus normally. And when you look through it, the air in the bubble lets your vision work normally, allowing you to see underwater.
I'm not gonna lie. Something in my bones is telling me this is bullshit, but I think I'm still gonna try it. Like, why spend $5 on goggles when I can see for free? Oh my God, I can see for the free. I can see for the why would I, you know what I'm saying? Zack is always right, you know?
He sat up his desk at one end of the oval room, and since the walls were curved, sound from the other end bounced off them in a controlled pattern, making it land in one particular spot. Now, legend says he sat there so every whisper would pass over his desk.
We're gonna put Zack on like a ranking system. Like, is there like we need like a Zack D Films like ranking system. Like, why would anyone do this kind of, like, we need a tier list. I think next time we react to Zack D Films, we're for sure gonna have some type of tier list to rank these on, because this is getting ridiculous. All of a sudden, we sound bending now?
Then he pretended to sleep while secretly eavesdropping on conversations from across the room, allowing him to stop his opponents before they could act against him. And if you stand in that same room today, you can still hear someone whispering from the other side.
What room? What room? What room? Zack, what room? Tell me. The room.
He filled up the balloon after being pulled over.
Okay.
And that breath came from deep in his lungs, where alcohol in the blood leaks into the air. The officer would release the air into a glass tube of chemicals. And if the driver had been
this is how did early breathalyzers work? I'm like, what?
drinking, the alcohol in his breath would react with those chemicals, and the color would change, giving the police a reason to.
What if you fart in a balloon? Hear me out, right? Would a fart still produce the same vapors as the breath? It's all air, right? It's all air coming out of you. So you're telling me your farts are powerful enough to fill a balloon? With the right meal before? I mean, yeah. Like, I'm sorry, yo booty weak, bro. See, Yo-Yo got weak farts. Like, his shit is always silent but deadly. That's that protein booty shit he got going on. Like, he don't got no real oomph behind that ass. So, like, his shit just be, like, silent and stank, bruh. He don't got real shit on his shit. You know what I'm saying? Why you should never keep a fox as a pet? Talk to me.
And raised it like a dog. You might think it would make a pretty cool pet, but foxes mark their territory.
You got me all the way fucked up. Right there, you pound. Actually, no, just outside.
Constantly, and their pee contains a chemical similar to skunk spray,
Oh.
which would stink up your home. If it gets bored, it would rip holes in your couch and chew up your table,
Oh,
or
hell
just
no.
jump your fence and escape.
Yeah, go ahead and escape, because first of all, trying to domesticate a fox is crazy. Chat, did y'all see that raccoons are trying to domesticate themselves? Like, they really, like, slowly but surely, they becoming pets.
Now, you could try training it with food, but if you ever punish it, it could bite you, which is why they're banned as pets in over 20 states.
Of course, Florida isn't on that list. Of fucking course, Florida isn't on that list.
And some people think they're better served as scarves.
Damn.
He left his
How police found a boy missing for 32 years.
toddler standing on the street while he grabbed something inside. But when he came back,
All of that is his fault. Anything that happened to that boy after that, it's that nigga fault right there.
his son was gone.
What did you think was gonna happen? Nigga did 2 + 2 and didn't expect for it to equal 4.
Weeks passed and they still couldn't find him. His mother never stopped searching. She printed thousands of flyers, still believing he was out there. And over 30 years later, police used facial recognition on an old photo of the boy, and they found him. He had been taken by kidnappers who sold him to another family. He was too young to understand what was happening, but 32 years later, he finally went home.
Yo, that's just gotta be so crazy to me. The whole switched at birth thing and kidnapped as a child and sold to a family and things like that. That shit is so crazy to me because you just grow up thinking, this is my family. Whole time you've been kidnapped. And then, like, what if you have a good life?
The machine hinged open, while metal frames held the silicone skin in place. Inside,
Oh, Chad, this is how the tiny alien head worked in Men in Black.
a small puppet sat at a control panel with motors inside.
Bro, this nigga Zack D Films really just make videos about anything. Because who asked for this? Yeah, this is how did the tiny alien head work in Men in Black. Who asked? I did, for sure.
Of its body, allowing a puppeteer to control its head and limbs. And for close-ups, they built a massive version of the same head, using complex motors to bring it to life. Now, the alien's voice was recorded, then broken up into signals, which told the motors exactly when to move, syncing every jaw and lip motion perfectly to the voice.
Huh.
She got into a bus crash.
Damn! I'm not gonna lie. If this ever happened to a bus off a car, you gotta be going way too fucking fast.
Bus crash and ended up losing her hands. Her prosthetics
Take me out. I don't want to live anymore.
were heavy and hard to use, so she signed up to get real transplants. And that same day, a man died in a bike accident.
I know they not about to put black hands on this woman. Chat, y'all go. Chat, you black, right? You lose both your hands. You taking white hands? You dark skin, right? And then they was like, hey, the only hands we got is white. You taking white hands, chat? Just tan them.
Doctors spent 13 hours attaching his arm to the woman. Now, since the donor was a man, the hands looked...
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Yo, forearms crazy. Imagine you see a petite little shit with them fat ass arms.
masculine, and his skin was much darker. But over time, the arms got lighter.
What?
And they even became slimmer, looking more feminine. Now, doctors think her
Huh? How the fuck they did that?
nerves may have actually changed the muscles, but no one knows for sure why this happened.
I call bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. How to turn paper into a knife. All right, chat, listen up. We need this.
Resin before being layered on top of more paper.
Okay.
Then it's clamped between pieces of wood. And after a few days, the liquid hardens and locks every fiber exactly where it is.
Okay.
The hardened paper is then cut into the shape of a knife blade, and the edges are sanded down. Now, its edge is actually made of torn fibers,
Ew.
like microscopic saw teeth.
But wouldn't these, if you try to use it as a knife, the fibers break into whatever you're cutting? Like, I feel like the fibers would break off into whatever you're...
All those tiny edges line up into one stiff surface. And instead of folding, the force goes straight forward, just like a real knife.
Huh.
They drill a
Okay. How liquor is aged inside of living bamboo.
hole and inject alcohol straight into the bamboo plant. Next,
You getting drunk?
a
Okay.
chopstick is pushed in and snapped off before melted wax is used to seal it. For the next
Okay.
few months, the alcohol stays in the bamboo, soaking up its flavors.
What does bamboo taste like? I didn't think... Sugarcane isn't bamboo, right? That's two separate things. Listen to me. Sugarcane is sugar. Bamboo is grass and contains water in it. Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know, like, I know they didn't look the same, but I didn't know if there was, like, a tasting difference. How to hide drugs from the cartel. How are you possibly putting drugs in a bamboo? Hold on, chat. Hold on. Because there's liquid... I'm not going to explain too much because I'm on YouTube, right? But, like, there's liquid versions of those things, right? You can turn it into liquid, bring it back to a solid. Hypothetically, though, hypothetically, like, it can be turned, it's like liquid into a solid, hypothetically. And then hypothetically, you can turn it back into a solid once it reaches its destination with the proper steps, hypothetically. So hypothetically, you pop that motherfucker in the bamboo, hypothetically now, hypothetically, FBI, Mr. Agent Man. No, you got a mustache. You're probably bald. Cool glasses. This is all hypothetical. I pay my taxes. I know I made a little jokey joke about tax fraud earlier. I was just joking. It's all hypothetical. Hypothetically, we'll ship it to another country. We have like a whole trade hypothetical. He choked on his fake tooth in the water,
Causing the plate holding his fake tooth to loosen and slip down into his throat.
Top 10 worst ways to go out. Top 10, gotta be top 10 ways to go, like, what the, how?
Completely blocking his airway. He began choking, flailing around the water as he tried to breathe. On the bank, another man saw him splashing and slipping under the water, but he thought the man was just swimming, so he walked away.
You see somebody splashing, gasping for air, and you think, hell yeah, is that Matt Rife? Hold on. That kind of do look like Matt Rife. What the fuck?
So he walked away. By the time they realized something was wrong, he had already suffocated from the tooth plate and slipped
Imagine dying and you can't breathe, and it's not because you drowned. You died of your tooth.
beneath the surface. Hours later, police dragged his body from the river and found the tooth plate lodged deep in his throat.
All of that big ass plate for one tooth is crazy. Had to want him out of there. There's no, like, that's so orange. That's the worst luck ever. Not gonna lie. How Shaolin monks pop balloons through glass.
The needle at the window, and the balloon behind it would pop. And that makes it seem like the needle went right through the glass. But because the monk throws it at the perfect angle, the tip of the needle actually hits the glass. This concentrates the force into one tiny point, which causes the glass to crack. The needle actually bounces back, while the force keeps traveling forward, and tiny shards of glass are blasted out the other side, piercing the balloon and making it look like the needle
Okay.
went all the way through.
Okay. The D-bot.
They opened their new cleaning robot, and it picked up its own packaging, using AI to predict and detect messes. It vacuumed spills before they even hit the ground.
Tight
It
shit.
nagged Dad about his socks and chased the kids with a feather duster. It became part of the family.
Okay.
Until one day, it threw their groceries away. Then the dog's bed, then their shoes.
Mess potential eliminated.
It chirped. Then the dog vanished. The kids searched and the parents called until they noticed the robot dragging a trash bag. It jingled and a squeaky toy bounced free.
Mess potential.
Oh, hell no. Bro, boy. Man, I would have sent that robot to the upper room, bruh.
Eliminated. Floors secure.
A bloody broken broom laid nearby. For a second they stared, but when the robot grabbed the handle, they ran.
Further mess potential detected.
They locked themselves in the bedroom.
Yeah, chat. This is what's happening with AI, bro. It's coming. It's coming. This is what's happening with AI, bro. We're not safe. Y'all want them robots in your home cleaning your shit, right? They finna clean your whole family in a second, not even gonna lie.
And Dad pulled a shotgun from the closet. Suddenly, the door exploded inward. In the chaos, shots rang out. Everything was a blur. The next morning, there was silence. The house gleamed. Not a stain, not a sock,
Yeah, they did as hell.
not a sound.
Mess potential eliminated.
Yeah, dead as fuck.
They released
Persians use cats to win a battle.
dozens of cats on the front lines as they faced the Egyptian army. And legend says the soldiers hesitated when they saw them. You see, they considered cats sacred and were afraid the gods would strike them down if they caused the cats any harm. As they
There's no way this worked, right? They do praise cats, but like, there's no way that y'all allowed yourselves to get slaughtered.
tried to avoid them, they got distracted, allowing their enemy to break through their defenses.
Oh, shit.
And the Egyptians lost the battle, all because of a few cats.
Well, shit.
When you fed the machine
Okay, turning old documents into toilet paper. Wait, what?
old documents, it would shred them up before soaking them in water. Once the paper turned mushy, it would be spread thin and dried out, and the sheet
This shit probably one ply as hell. You try to wipe your ass and your thumb going straight through the fucking the shit, bro.
would be rolled up into toilet paper for the office. But since the machine cost $100,000,
That's actually a dope ass concept though. That's a very tough concept. Put a bunch of loose leaf and all of that shit and all the extra papers after you grade them, put them in a shredder. You telling me I could be wiping my ass with Dahmer files? Hey, honestly, you might be whopping them motherfuckers with the Epstein files at this point. You know they ain't putting them bitches out. I'm sorry. White people.
you would need 200,000 rolls just to break even, which is probably why it never caught on.
Still a dope concept though. Just make it a little bit cheaper.
They tossed the chainsaw by the
How people juggle chainsaws.
The handle, throwing it up in the air above eye level, while angling it towards their other hand. And before it comes back down, they throw a second chainsaw underneath it, using the other hand, this time in the opposite direction.
Oh yeah, that's white people shit for sure.
They grab the handle of the first saw as it falls, keeping their eyes on the second chainsaw in the air instead of looking down. Then, once the second reaches its peak, they throw in a third chainsaw, before tossing the first one with the other hand, freeing it just in time to grab the second saw.
Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's some white people shit for sure.
Was
Why this stolen teddy bear went viral?
From the ground while she was on the phone, but inside was her beloved teddy bear, which contained a voice message from her mom.
Oh nah, you gotta be quite possibly the worst person ever. Not even gonna lie, that's real deal scummy shit. Like, he didn't know what was in the bag, but if you did not return that shit, you real deal scummy. I ain't gonna lie.
Before she died of cancer, the woman's story went viral, and strangers from all over the world helped spread security footage of the thief, while offering 15.
Hey man, not gonna lie. That nigga, I ain't gonna lie. I'd have to put hands on you. I'd have to put hands on you, no cap.
$1,000 for the reward. A few days later, 2 men saw the footage and recognized the thief. They managed to get the bear back and returned it to the woman, who was finally able to hear her mom's voice again.
That's actually dope though.
The snail is pulled from its
How escargot is made. Chat, y'all eating this?
shell after boiling, then it's thrown into a mixer with the others and spun at high speeds. This removes the slime, leaving only the meat. Next, they're boiled again to kill
What is you doing back there?
any bacteria. Meanwhile, the shells are filled with herb butter, and once the snails are done, they're shoved right back in. The butter melts and soaks into the meat, keeping it moist and turning the snails into a gourmet dish.
Chat, would y'all eat that? Be honest, would y'all eat that? Be honest. Never? You gotta try it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You gotta try it a little bit, chat.
He stepped inside the old bank
He got trapped in an old bank vault.
vault while exploring, but the door slammed shut behind him. He was seriously trapped inside, surrounded by concrete walls too thick to cut through. Firefighters rushed to free him, but there was no way to break
Did he die? Maybe no air?
in. So they contacted a former bank worker who somehow still remembered the combination. They turned the dial, unlocked the door, and freed the teen after being stuck for hours.
Huh. I thought he was gonna die or something. I don't know. It just don't seem like a Zack D Films clip without, like, somebody, like, just perishing or, like, some crazy shit.
He grew all
Why doctors wanted his remains.
the way to 7'7".
God
and
damn,
people were
Wimpy.
so fascinated by his height that they started bidding for his body before he even died.
Oh, hell no. Whoever bidding on this motherfucker cannot have it. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, I just realized I still haven't ate. I need to order something. I'm gonna order something once we finish recording. I just realized I still haven't ate.
You see, back then, doctors would buy corpses to cut them open and see how they worked. And since the man was so tall, everyone wanted to study his body. But the thought of being hacked up terrified him, so he made his loved ones promise to put him in a lead coffin and bury him at sea, just to ensure no one would take his body. But after
They probably still went and found his shit.
his death, one surgeon offered a lot of money. So his body was taken out and rocks were replaced in the coffin. The surgeon removed the man's skeleton, then put it in his museum, and it remained there until 2023 before it was finally put into
Nah, L fucking family. That was my only wish.
the ocean. Will suddenly
Oh, hell no. Bro, that. You motherfuckers is terrible.
suddenly
Signs of a tsunami is about to hit.
pull away from the beach, and
About to eat some
fish will
seeds,
be
though,
left
Zack.
flapping on the sand. Animals will sense something is wrong and flee. And finally, you'll hear a deep roar as millions of gallons of water form the giant wave. But if you stick around to see it, you'll be crushed as it rushes inland. Instead, move to higher ground immediately. If there's no hill nearby, get to the highest floor of a sturdy building and brace for impact as the wave hits.
Damn.
As they cut open his
The boy whose blood saved 2 million lives. Wait, is that guy that's still alive? There's this guy that's alive that donates to like a lot of babies. He has like golden blood or some shit like that.
chest, he started bleeding severely. And to keep him alive, they pumped him full of donated blood, which ended up saving him. Because of this, he promised to donate his blood once he was old enough. Now, when he did start donating, doctors discovered a rare antibody that could prevent diseases during pregnancy. So
Yep, this is the guy. He has golden blood.
the next 50 years, he donated every 2 weeks, enough for over 3 million doses of medicine, which ended up saving 2 million
Yep.
newborn babies, all because of donated blood.
Hell yeah. W. Did it all for the free though. All for the free. Golden blood, bro. W means. Hey, some people are selfless, bro.
As the bullet hit the tank, fuel would
How a fuel tank seals itself after being shot.
leak out, soaking into layers of rubber built into the tank walls. And one of those layers would begin to swell, expanding inward toward the bullet hole. As it grows, it squeezes until the hole's shut, preventing the fuel from leaking out. You see, the tanks used to be metal, and when they were shot, fuel sprayed into the air, turning into a mist that ignited the
Okay.
plane. So engineers used rubber instead, so it seals the hole and the fuel stays inside. He
kinda
pulled
cool.
the teeth out of
That's kind of cool. A man ate a deer using its own teeth. What?
the deer, then filed them down to the size of human teeth.
I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying.
Next, he used putty to make a denture plate and stuck the teeth to it with household cement. When he stuck them in his mouth, they worked like real dentures. And after cutting up the deer and cooking it,
Eating a deer with its own teeth is so egregious. That's actually so, like, yeah, eat an animal, cool, but taking that motherfucker's teeth to chomp on it, you gotta be stopped. I'm not gonna lie.
he ate it, using that deer's own teeth to chew through its meat.
Oh,
If
hell
your
no.
game looks like this, with your bishop in the 4th,
How this chest trap can force it. Okay, this I really don't give a fuck about.
her claw clip
Claw clip lodges into her head. What?
lodged into her head
Yo!
as the vehicle rolled over during an accident. The force of the impact caused her head to whip back against a metal bar, and
Oh
the claw
my
clip
God!
pierced her scalp. She was rushed to the hospital, where doctors discovered the claws embedded deep in her head and the clip completely intact. A medical worker removed the clip, and she survived without any lasting brain damage. It has 3 separate floors.
That's actually crazy. What's inside Air Force One? This is gonna be the last one, chat.
Stacked as tall as a 6-story building. This is Air Force One, the president's White House in the air. On the main floor, there's a presidential suite with a bedroom, office, and private bathroom. And down the hall, staff and guests work in offices and lounges.
Okay.
A full medical center sits on board, with a doctor ready for any emergencies mid-flight. 2 kitchens can prepare thousands of meals, feeding up to 100 people at once. And
Damn.
even if it can't land, it can refuel in the air, allowing it to keep flying for days.
That last part I did not know. You can refuel that motherfucker in air. That's actually some sick ass shit. I ain't gonna lie. All this is full of potholes. Nah, fucking facts, bro. That's where my tax dollars going. That has been the end of Zack D Films, though. Shout out to Zack. W clips, W information. And if you want to see some more Zack videos, let me know. Just let me know you fuck with it, and I'll give you more.